Hello first year students, we are going to start with the spore staining. You know what are spores of bacteria? They are resistant bodies of bacterial cells which survive in unfavorable condition for longer time period. They are produced within the cells and they are called endospores because they are located inside the bacterial spore. It is produced as a means of survival in case of bacteria. When it gets germinated, it gives rise to one single bacterial cell. So it is not for the multiplication purpose or reproduction purpose, but it is for the purpose of the survival of bacterial cells. So in short, sporulation in bacteria is not for the reproduction process, but it is for the survival purpose in unfavorable condition. Spore formation is limited to rod shaped bacteria which have few genera. They are usually Bacillus and Clostridia, genus Bacillus, genus Clostridium, genus Sporolactobacillus, genus Desulfotomaculum, genus Desulfotomaculum, and genus Sporosarcina. Sporosarcina. Rest of all are rod shaped except Sporosarcina. Sarcina is spherical cell and rest of all have rod shaped structure. Okay, fine. The bacterial spore is thick walled oval body and it exhibit a very low rate of permeation to ordinary dyes which are prepared in aqueous solution at room temperature. And because they are very resistant to dye treatment, we require special staining for staining the spores of bacteria. So their staining depends on two factors. If we want to stain the bacterial spores, we should provide two different conditions. We have to give heat during the staining treatment and also we have to use concentrated stain. Heavily concentrated stain, that is quantity of the dye molecule must be high, and also we should increase the time of the treatment, and by all these three means we are able to stain the spore very nicely. Okay, fine. Once the endospores of bacteria are stained, they cannot be decolorized, so they resist the treatment of decolorization also. There are different methods for staining spores of bacteria: Schiffer's method and Fleming's method. Usually we go for Schiffer's method. Now first of all, what is to be done? Solution, first of all, bacterial suspension is taken. Usually we go for staining Bacillus species, bacterial suspension, and with the help of this suspension using nichrome wire we will prepare a smear, and then after it will be fixed that is called heat fixation, and here heavy heat fixation is to be done because we are working with the spores. So that is 20 passages of the slide through the burner. Now after proper heat fixation, allow the slide to cool down properly and cover the smear with heavily concentrated 5% malachite green. And heat is given from below continuously for longer time period. Okay, so for how much time period, it all depends on the time when the steam arises. Till the steam arises, we have to give the this treatment of heat, and that will be with the help of our burner. Then again it is allowed to cool properly, and after cooling the slide, it is washed with distilled water, and then after we will apply the second stain, that is 0.5% aqueous safranin. 0.5% aqueous safranin solution. For 5 minutes. Then again we can wash the slide with distilled water, allow it to air dry, and examine under oil immersion lens, that is 100x. Okay, so this is what we are going to perform in Skiffer's method. So now we'll go for the mechanism of the method or principle of the method. What is the mechanism or principle of the method? Here we are giving heavily concentrated solution of the dye. Concentrated dye solution is used, which is allowed to react with the cells under the influence of the heat. Okay, heat treatment is also there, and the time period is also very high, and all these three altogether will carry out two different purposes. One is it will widen the pore size of the bacterial spore, widen the pores of the spore structure, and also it will allow maximum penetration of the dye molecule into the spore. So by increasing the size of the pores of the spore and also by penetrating the dye molecules in the more amount, this treatment will give the staining of the spores in the proper way. Now what type of the result we are going to get at the end of the practical? So we are going to get the reaction or result in this way. We are going to see the vegetative cells or vegetative part of the cell red in color, that is cytoplasm will be red in color or organism will be red in color, and the spores will be stained green in color. Okay, So this is very important to remember, that these type of result we are going to get during spore staining. Vegetative portion or cytoplasmic portion of the cell will be red and the spores will be seen green in color. Okay. Now we'll try to draw the figure for this particular staining. What type of figure can we make? Okay. So first of all, we will try to draw the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm should be red in color. So we will draw like this. This will be our bacteria. Okay. This will be our bacteria, and then after we will draw the spore, which is centrally located or subcentrally located, and it will be oval in the shape. And now we will draw the rest of the cytoplasm of the bacterial cell like this. Okay. So in the same way we are going to draw the other bacteria. First of all, we will try to draw the bacterial spore inside, and then after we will draw the rest of the cell. So we can see that this is our spore and this is our vegetative portion. Okay, or cytoplasmic portion. Okay, so it will be always red in color and spores will be green in color. If the spore is not there, then the bacteria will look like this. If the spore is there and it is very small in size or it is quite young, then it will appear like this. It is just developing or growing. And if the spore has been matured and come out of the cell, then it will be found in the smear in isolated condition like this. Okay, so this is about spore staining of bacteria. Thank you very much.